Was under a level 4 travel advisory, the same as North Korea or Afghanistan, meaning Americans should not go there. And now we're hearing from one man who survived the harrowing gang violence in Mexico and is now living and working here in South Florida. Local 10's Lauren Livingston has our one and only exclusive.
So the man you're about to hear from, this gentleman right here, he actually used to live in Matamoros briefly where this latest kidnapping happened. He actually lived in Cancun, though, when he says something very similar happened to him, and he survived that ordeal.
It makes me sad because, I'm Mexican. I love my country.
Oscar Wall also loves what he does. He's a barber in Miami now, just grateful to be alive.
It's sad to see how the government is so corrupted that they let all of this happen and they don't do nothing about it.
2 of the 4 Americans attacked by armed men in Mexico survived the kidnapping. Sadly, 2 of their companions did not, found dead outside Matamoros after a 3-day manhunt. It's an experience Oscar is all too familiar with.
I remember I was bleeding, like blood from this hole was like pouring like that, and I smelled like piss, like poop, like throw up, like bleach, like blood.
News clippings detailed Oscar's story. He says his barbershop franchise grew to more than 30 shops in 13 Mexican states. He also became a target for the cartel.
Trying to get me and always calling me, and until one day they're like, yo, you need to start having people selling dope in your shop, and you need to start paying more. And I told him to no.
Oscar says he was leaving a nightclub in October of 2018 when he and his driver were attacked.
And the car just got surrounded by 8 guys with their face covered and AKs. They took us and they were beating me inside the car. Like they covered my face.
Oscar recounts how his driver was shot in the head. He says his kidnappers held him for 5 days, still bears those scars.
Whipping me and beating me and hammering me and torturing me.
News of his kidnapping spread in Mexican media.
When he came out, they're like, yo, we gotta take him out. So then they told me, yo, you're done. Tomorrow you're dead. So that night, man, I cried out to God and I said, God, please help me get out.
He says he was able to free himself and escape his captors as they slept.
My friend, the policeman that helped me out, he told me, 1 to 1,000 don't escape from the cartel.
Bodies were left in garbage bags outside Oscar's shops, likely his captor's punishment for letting him escape. Oscar says he and his family would eventually seek asylum in the United States.
From being really a business owner, living in front of the beach in Cancun, to being a homeless. And I went to live in a shelter for a whole year.
He's been barbering here since 2020, taking none of it for granted.
This barbershop has been a family to me, this city, these people that I cut, they're a blessing, and it's a blessing to be here, to be able to make money and do what I love to do. God is good. God is good.
Oscar now lives here with his wife and 2 young children in Miami. As for this latest kidnapping, still no word on who is actually responsible for it. That is still under investigation. We're in Miami. Lauren Livingston.